What's going on, trading world? In this video, we're gonna answer questions that I keep getting DMs about and I do not know why. Is My Forex Funds legit? Yes or no? I'm gonna go over two of the things that I extremely hate, or you could say that are the cons of this prop firm, and there are a bunch of things that I love about this prop firm. I'm also gonna be sharing with you guys majority of the payouts that I've received so far, and one payout that I actually just got tomorrow. I'm gonna throw it up on the screen right now. Now, typically when I do payout videos, I usually do a giveaway, but in this video, this is more of a review of a prop firm, so there won't be a giveaway in this, but I am doing a giveaway on my Instagram this week, so follow me on Instagram to see how you can enter. And if you like content like this, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel so I can make more prop firm review videos like this. My Forex Funds was actually the second company that I got funded with. This was in June of 2021. Now at that time, FTMO was king and they are still king, but Funding Talent was kind of like number two, and My Forex Funds was something that people used to ask, like, are they legit? Are they gonna pay out? At that time, they also had really slow credentials, so if you signed up, they would give you your credentials in like 48 hours.
3 days later.
Didn't even have their own broker, and the service was kind of slow. But in this last 1 year, I think My Forex Funds for me is the #1 prop firm that I would choose. When I first got funded with them in June of 2021, Funding Talent was kind of way above them. Also, not a lot of people knew about My Forex Funds. They had a horrible dashboard. They didn't have their own broker. I believe they had FX Pick and a couple other brokers, and they didn't have any social proof, so there weren't a lot of people getting payouts at that time. But now I think My Forex Funds is probably the best prop firm when you look at my pros and cons. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the cons of My Forex Funds, and there's very little cons at this point because in the last year they've kind of improved everything. I really only have two gripes with My Forex Funds, okay, and they're not that big of a deal. The first one being spreads. Spreads are not the best that you would find in the prop firm industry, but they're also not the worst. But I think it is something that can be improved. Every now and then the spreads can tend to be a little bit high. There are other companies, I just don't want to mention some of the names, but there are other prop firms right now that are providing better spreads. Now, the biggest con with My Forex Funds, and it's not something that I have a problem with, but it's something that everybody else has a problem with. People in my Discord, people on Instagram, and it's basically the equity rule, okay? For me, I personally don't risk more than 1%, and I also don't hold trades after daily close. So very rarely will I hold a trade that's been running from the day into 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let's say at the daily close, you have a profit of 5%. I believe this is how it works, okay? But I've never had this issue. If you're in a profit of 5% at the daily close time, and later that evening, that 5% goes to 0, that will count as your 5% daily drawdown rule. I personally do not have any issue with this rule since I only risk 1% and I don't really hold trades past that sort of 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But a lot of people online have been reaching out to me and saying that this is a big turnoff for them and they don't choose My Forex Funds just because this is one rule, which I think they can probably improve on. All right, now let's move on to the pros. This company has a lot of pros, but the ones that I want to highlight and mention, #1, my favorite one, is that they have an 8% profit target, okay? Not very companies out there have the first 8% profit target. I personally love that, okay? Anybody who has a funded account knows that you don't really keep a funded account. I mean, you can keep one for a long time. I've had an FTMO account for 12 months. I've had a My Forex Fund account for 11 months, but sometimes every now and then you will lose the account and you'll have to do the challenge again. When you're doing the challenge again, it's so much easier to hit that 8%. That last 2% sometimes can be very hard to kind of push yourself through. So having 8% target is just lovely. It's amazing. Okay, so that's #1 for me. #2 for me is their customer service. It's really improved over the last year. I think they had the Discord customer service going on for a little bit, but recently every time I send them an email, I'll typically get a reply within an hour, 2 hours, and even whenever you apply for a payout or something, it's pretty much done very fast. And they've got a pretty good dashboard now where you can hit the upgrade button, you can hit the payout button, and they even send you an email before it's time for you to get the payout. So the customer service has improved a lot since last year. If anybody was trading with them in June, July 2021, you would know that it's a huge improvement. Now I'm going to share my third pro, something that I think sets this company apart from majority of the top prop firms, and that's the price, okay? They are the cheapest prop firm, I think, or the most competitive price-wise compared to like FTMO, and there's a couple other new prop firms that have been around where, you know, their targets are still 10% and they're charging way above $500. So for 100K, My Forex Funds challenge, and if you can find a code, it can be as low as I believe $474. With that kind of competitive pricing plus, you know, fast payout, fast customer service, them being super legit. And on the topic of legit, we're just gonna either I'll pop them on my screen or I'll take you into my computer and I'll show you guys all of the payouts that I've gotten so far. Majority of the payouts that I've gotten so far, I think I'm sitting around like $40,000 plus in payouts. So are they legit? 100% they're legit. They pay out fast. There's really no issues. You know, there are a little bit of like the equity rule that can be a problem, but I mean, but other than that, they are an awesome prop firm and I highly recommend them. So yeah, if you want to use my payouts as motivation to motivate yourself, because a lot of people say, hey man, when I watch your videos and I see you getting these payouts, it's motivation. So I just popped up my recent payout in the starting of the video that I just got with them yesterday, but I'm going to show you guys some of the payouts that I've received over the last year. Now, I wasn't able to track down all of them because they don't have sort of a dashboard system like FTMO where they show you all your payouts. I just went into my email history and just looked for all of the payouts that I could. I'm just going to show you guys those now so you can use them as motivation. And remember to follow me on Instagram because I'm going to be doing a 10K challenge giveaway coming this week, and the instructions will be on Instagram. All right, so quickly to wrap up this video, just did a review of my Forex Funds. Just wanted to show you guys some of the payouts that I've gotten. Now, my Forex Funds, they don't really have a dashboard where you can see all of your payouts. So I had to cut and go back into my email address and see, and I don't think I can find most of them. Like I found most of the payouts, but I think there's about 3 or 4 missing. So total this year, they paid me about $25,000, and there's some from last year and this year as well. That was at that $1,400 there, $7,200, like $6,200, $7,100 again. This was from May. This was the biggest one I think I've ever received from my Forex Funds. This was 11,000. I did a video on this one. And yeah, and then there's a bunch of other ones that I can't find. I know I got around 6 to 7,000, 6 to 7%. Like I done 8%, so that usually gave me 6,000 roughly. And I have like at least 3 or 4 of those. So I'm gonna do a rough estimate of what I can count. I think I'm probably sitting at $45,000 for the ones that I cannot, you know, just like I can't find those ones. If I probably could find those emails, I've probably been paid out around $65,000 so far from my Forex Funds. So are they legit? I mean, I don't know how else to show you any more proof than this. You know, they also pay you 112% refund. Anyways, please hit the like button, subscribe, and also follow me on Instagram because I'm going to be doing a 10K challenge giveaway this coming week. Have a wonderful day, everybody.